Hello, and welcome. Welcome to Daily English Whisper. I'm really glad you're here. Take a breath. You don't need to rush. This is a calm place for English. My name is Alex. I'll be your guide today. Today's episode is called How to Describe People in English. We will practice listening. We will practice understanding. And we will slowly build everyday fluency together. By the end of this episode, you will feel more comfortable describing people in English. How they look. How they act. How they make you feel. Not in a complicated way. In a simple, natural way people really use. Many learners tell me this is hard. Maybe you feel this too. You think, I know words, but I don't know which ones to choose. Or you think, I want to describe someone, but my mind stops. Or maybe you worry, what if I say something wrong or rude? These feelings are very common. And you are not doing anything wrong. Describing people feels personal. It feels delicate. And when English is not your first language, it can feel even harder. Some people believe a myth. They think you need many adjectives. Or very strong vocabulary. Or perfect grammar. But that's not true. In real life, people use simple words. They describe people slowly. They focus on one idea at a time. And that is today's big idea. Clear, simple descriptions help you connect with people in English. You don't need fancy language. You don't need long sentences. You just need small pieces that sound natural. Describing people is not about judging. It's about sharing information. It's about helping others understand who you are talking about. In daily life, we do this all the time. We describe a coworker, a neighbor, a friend, someone we just met. And when you can do this in English, conversations feel easier, more relaxed, more human. In Daily English Whisper, we practice English the way it lives in real moments. Quiet moments. Normal moments. Everyday moments. Today, we will use listening and gentle repetition. You will hear examples. You will repeat small phrases. You will feel how English sounds when we describe people naturally. If you don't understand every word, that's okay. You are here to feel English, not to test yourself. Stay with me. Listen calmly. And trust that every minute helps. Let's begin this journey together. Now let me ask you a gentle question. How do we learn to describe people in English? Without feeling confused or blocked? The answer is simple. We listen first. And then we repeat. The key technique today is listening to short descriptions and shadowing them slowly. This means you hear how someone describes a person. You notice the words. You notice the order. And then you say the same words out loud. You don't change them yet. You don't analyze them too much. You just follow the sound. This technique is very helpful when you want everyday fluency. Because real people don't describe others in long, perfect sentences. They use short phrases. They pause. They choose one or two details. When you listen and shadow, Your brain learns what feels natural. Now let me explain how to do this in a very easy way. First, you listen to a short description. Just listen. Relax your shoulders. No repeating yet. Second, you listen again. This time, you repeat slowly with the voice. You don't need to be loud. You can speak softly. You can whisper. Your mouth just needs to move. Now let's try a short practice together. Listen first. She's very calm and she speaks softly. Just listen. She's very calm and she speaks softly. Now repeat after me. Say it slowly. She's very calm and she speaks softly. Good. Very good. Notice something important. This sentence is simple, but it gives a clear picture. We know how the person feels. We know how the person speaks. Let's try another one. Listen. He's friendly, but a bit quiet at first. Now repeat. He's friendly, but a bit quiet at first. Excellent. You don't need to understand every word perfectly. Your brain is connecting sound and meaning naturally. Shadowing works because it removes pressure. You are not creating sentences yet. You are borrowing them. And borrowing is okay. This technique is perfect for busy days. You can do it while walking, while cleaning, while resting. Just a few sentences. A few minutes. Over time, these descriptions start to feel familiar. Later, when you need to describe someone, your brain will remember the sound. Now let's try one more. Listen. He seems thoughtful and a little serious. Now repeat with me. He seems thoughtful and a little serious. Very nice. If your pronunciation feels slow or strange, that's normal. You are learning new movements. Shadowing is a small daily habit, but it builds strong confidence. So as we continue, remember this. You are not memorizing. You are listening, repeating, and feeling English. And that is exactly how everyday fluency grows. Now, let's talk about the main question for today. How can you describe people in English in a simple, natural way? When your mind feels slow, when you don't know many words, or when you feel nervous speaking? Many learners tell me things like this. I don't know which adjective to use. I'm afraid my description sounds wrong. I can see the person, but I can't explain them. If you feel this way, listen carefully. You don't need many words. You don't need strong opinions. You don't need perfect sentences. You just need clear focus. When we describe people in real life, we usually talk about one main thing: how they act, how they look, or how they make us feel. We don't describe everything at once. The problem is not your English. The problem is trying to say too much. Today, we will make this easy. I will show you a few simple ways to describe people using short, everyday language. Ways you can use at work. Ways you can use with friends. Ways you can use in calm conversations. These ways are not rules. They are gentle guides. You can choose one. You can repeat it. You can make it yours. And before we move on, let me say this softly. If this episode is helping you feel more relaxed with English, if these examples feel useful for real life, you can support this channel by liking the video. It helps more learners find Daily English Whisper. And it tells me to keep creating slow, supportive English for you. Now, let's begin with the first simple way to describe people. No pressure. Just clear, calm English. Describe how the person usually is, not everything about them. In real life, we often choose one general feeling. Calm. Friendly. Serious. Easygoing. This helps the listener understand the person quickly. You don't need many adjectives. One or two are enough. Listen to this example. He's very relaxed. Just that. Now repeat after me, slowly. He's very relaxed. Good. This sentence already gives a clear image. We imagine someone calm. Not rushed. Not tense. Now listen to another one. She's quite energetic. Repeat with me. She's quite energetic. Very nice. Notice the words very and quite. They are soft words. They help you sound natural. Not too strong. Let's try a slightly longer one. He's very friendly and easy to talk to. Listen first. He's very friendly and easy to talk to. Now repeat. He's very friendly and easy to talk to. Good. This kind of description is common in everyday conversations. At work. When introducing someone. When talking about a friend. You can use this way in many situations. For example, imagine someone asks you about a coworker. You can say, she's very organized. Repeat it. She's very organized. Or you can say, he's a bit quiet, but kind. Say it with me. He's a bit quiet, but kind. Excellent. You don't need to explain why. You don't need examples yet. Just give a simple picture. This way works well because it reduces pressure. You don't search for many words. You choose one idea. And remember, describing people is not about judging. It's about sharing your experience. Simple descriptions sound confident. They sound natural. And even one short sentence is enough to start a conversation. You're doing great. Let's keep going gently. Now let's move to the second simple way to describe people. Describe how the person acts in everyday situations. This is very natural in English. We often talk about behavior, not labels. Instead of saying who the person is, we say what the person does. This feels softer. And it feels more real. Listen to this example. She listens carefully when people talk. Just listen. She listens carefully when people talk. Now repeat after me, slowly. She listens carefully when people talk. Good. This tells us a lot. We imagine someone attentive. Someone respectful. Let's try another one. He usually arrives early. Repeat with me. He usually arrives early. Very nice. This sentence is simple, but it describes a habit. And habits help people understand character. Now listen to this one. She laughs easily. Repeat. She laughs easily. Excellent. Short. Clear. Very natural. You can use this way when you don't know many adjectives. You just describe actions you notice. For example, imagine a friend asks about someone new. You can say, he asks a lot of questions. Say it slowly with me. He asks a lot of questions. Or, she helps when someone needs support. Repeat. She helps when someone needs support. Good. Notice something important. These sentences are not complicated, but they sound confident. You are not guessing. You are describing what you see. This way is very useful at work, in class, or in daily life. It feels honest. It feels calm. Now let's do a small shadowing moment together. Listen. He takes his time before answering. Now repeat. He takes his time before answering. Very good. If you want, you can repeat it again. He takes his time before answering. Nice and slow. When you describe behavior, you don't need to be perfect. You just share one clear detail. One action is enough. And when you do this, conversations flow more easily. Because the other person can ask more. They can connect. You're not trying to impress. You're just communicating. That is real everyday fluency. Let's keep going. Now let's move to the third simple way to describe people. Describe how the person makes others feel. This is very common in everyday English. And it sounds very natural. Instead of focusing only on the person, you talk about the effect they have. Listen to this example. She makes people feel comfortable. Just listen first. She makes people feel comfortable. Now repeat after me, slowly. She makes people feel comfortable. Good. This sentence is warm. It's positive. And it's very human. Let's try another one. He makes the room feel calmer. Repeat with me. He makes the room feel calmer. Very nice. You don't need strong emotions. Simple feelings are enough. Here is another example. She makes work feel easier. Now repeat. She makes work feel easier. Excellent. These sentences are powerful because they show experience. You are not judging. You are sharing how it feels to be around the person. This is very useful when you talk about coworkers, teachers, or friends. For example, you can say, he makes conversations feel natural. Say it with me. He makes conversations feel natural. Or, she makes new people feel welcome. Repeat slowly. She makes new people feel welcome. Good. Now let's do a short shadowing moment. Listen. He makes things less stressful. Now repeat. He makes things less stressful. Nice. You can use this way even when your vocabulary is small. You only need a few feeling words. Comfortable. Calm. Welcome. Safe. Relaxed. This way also helps you connect emotionally. People remember how others make them feel. And before we continue, let me pause for a second. If this way feels useful to you, you can leave a short comment under the video. You can write something simple like, "Describing feelings helps me," or, "This feels natural." Your comment helps me understand what supports you most. And it helps this Calm English space grow. Also, stay with me until the end. The last part will help you bring everything together in a very gentle way. You're doing really well. Let's continue calmly. Now we come to the last main way to describe people. This one brings everything closer to real life. This is the fourth way. Describe people in small, natural moments, just like you would in a real conversation. In everyday English, we don't stop and make long descriptions. We describe people while something is happening, while we are remembering, while we are reacting. This makes your English sound more natural and relaxed. Listen to this example. I met someone new today. She seemed very open. Just listen. I met someone new today. She seemed very open. Now repeat after me, slowly. I met someone new today. She seemed very open. Good. Notice how simple this is. One moment. One feeling. Let's try another one. I talked to him earlier. He was really patient. Repeat with me. I talked to him earlier. He was really patient. Very nice. You are not describing the person forever. You are describing them in that moment. This is how people really talk. Now, this way can be broken into very small habits. Tiny actions you can practice during your day. One small habit is describing someone in your mind after you meet them. You don't say it out loud. You just think one sentence in English. For example, after a short conversation, you can think, "He was easy to talk to." Say it softly with me. He was easy to talk to. Good. Another small habit is describing people in stories you remember. You think about a friend, a coworker, someone from earlier today, and you say one sentence. For example, she was a bit nervous, but very polite. Repeat after me. She was a bit nervous, but very polite. Nice and calm. Another gentle habit is using short descriptions when you tell a story. For example, you can say, "My neighbor is very quiet. He usually keeps to himself." Now repeat slowly. My neighbor is very quiet. He usually keeps to himself. Excellent. These are not exercises. They are small reflections. And they help your brain connect description with real life. You don't need to do this many times a day. Once is enough. twice is wonderful. The goal is not speed. The goal is comfort. When you describe people this way, English feels closer, less distant, more familiar. And little by little, describing people becomes something you do, not something you worry about. Stay with this feeling. You are learning to express real human experience in English. Let's stay with this last way a little longer, because this is where everyday fluency really grows. When you describe people in small, natural moments, you can turn this into very gentle micro-habits. Tiny actions that fit into your real life. No pressure. No extra time. One helpful micro-habit is this. After a conversation, describe the person in one short sentence. Just one. For example, you finish a call. You can quietly say in English, "He sounded tired, but polite." Now repeat with me. He sounded tired, but polite. Good. You don't need to explain more. One sentence is enough to train your brain. Another small habit is describing people you see, not people you know. You're sitting somewhere. A cafe. A bus. A waiting room. You look at someone and choose one neutral detail. For example, she looks focused. Say it slowly with me. She looks focused. Or, he seems a bit lost. Repeat. He seems a bit lost. This is not judging. It's just noticing. And noticing in English builds confidence. Another micro-habit is using comparison in a very simple way. You don't need complex grammar. Just simple contrasts. For example, she's quieter than I expected. Repeat after me. She's quieter than I expected. Good. Or, he's more relaxed today. Say it with me. He's more relaxed today. These sentences feel very natural in conversation. Another gentle habit is describing someone while telling a short memory. For example, I used to work with her. She was very patient. Repeat slowly. I used to work with her. She was very patient. You are connecting description with time and memory. That's real communication. And here is one more micro-habit. Very calm. Very effective. Listen to a short description. And then say it again later in the day. For example, earlier you heard, she makes people feel comfortable. Later, when you're walking or resting, you repeat it. Say it with me one more time. She makes people feel comfortable. This repetition without stress helps the sentence stay with you. All these micro habits are small. They don't interrupt your life. They join it. You don't need to practice all of them. Choose one that feels easy today. Easy is good. Easy means you'll continue. And when you continue, fluency grows quietly. Now let's slow down and bring everything together. Today, you practiced how to describe people in English in a calm, natural way. You listened to simple descriptions. You repeated short phrases. You noticed how English sounds in real moments. You learned that describing people does not mean saying everything. It means choosing one clear idea, one feeling, one action. The core message of today's episode is very simple. Clear, gentle descriptions help you connect in English. You don't need big words. You don't need strong opinions. You just need honest language. You can describe how someone usually is. You can describe what they do. You can describe how they make others feel. You can describe them in small moments as life happens. And all of this fits into daily life. You can replace small thoughts in your first language with English. When you remember someone, you say one sentence. When you meet someone, you notice one detail. When you tell a story, you add one simple description. This is how English becomes part of who you are. Not something separate. Not something distant. You are not learning English for the future. You are using English right now, in quiet ways. And that matters. I want to leave you with one gentle sentence. A sentence you can carry with you. I can describe people simply, and that is enough. Say it with me, slowly. I can describe people simply, and that is enough. Good. If you want to keep practicing like this, I invite you to stay with us. You can subscribe to Daily English Whisper and continue learning together. More listening. More real English. More calm progress. I'm Alex. And I'm really proud of you for being here today. Every small step counts. Thank you for listening. Take care. And I'll see you in the next episode.